Welcome to Massive Beers. My name is Matt. We do the beer stuff here. A little bit of hopeful collab goodness. It's gonna be good. Come on. We're talking about Von Trapp Brewing, Burlington Brewing Company. It's their Dortmunder style lager. Yeah. Where does it? This has got to come from Von Trapp side of things. Yeah. They do collabs up there with their Vermont peeps quite often. I've had a couple things here and there with different breweries. It's the first time I'm having something from them from Burlington. Dortmunder Lager. Are you talking about 6% alcohol by volume? On the side here, we have story time. It says Von Trapp Collab Series, blending creativity and experience among brewing friends and family. Dortmunder style lager, a crisp but full-bodied golden German lager, balancing smooth continental malts with firm bitterness from noble hops. We have a date of best of. That's how you're doing it, huh? That's how you're doing it. Not a fan. A best of 7/27/25. We are in the 5/10/25. And I think this is relatively new, so they're not giving this a long shelf life. So kudos to them for that. So let's crack in this sucker and see what we get. You got this nice kind of dimpled mug. You're not going to be able to see as much through this, but we're going to use it. So yeah. Von Trapp. Von Trapp has quickly become one of my favorite breweries, to be honest with you. I mean, they've always been one of my favorite, and honestly, it's very much kind of simplified in a Burlington-esque kind of style with the way they kind of Von Trapp logo is drawn along with that Burlington logo. So I kind of dig that. Very cool. They've quickly become one of my favorite breweries for a couple of reasons. Lagers are life. They do a ton of lagers. I do a bunch of different stuff. They do cool, fun collabs. And their price points are really, really good. I forget what I paid for this, but I want to say it was like $12, $13 for a 4-pack. Hell yeah. That looks all the part of a nice kind of golden lager, a Dortmunder. I mean, maybe a skosh lighter, but we're kind of splitting hairs here. It's not outside of the BJCP realm of what you'd be expecting. It has this nice pinky finger, a soapy edge, a little fluffy top kind of just goodness. I poured the crap out of this beer. I barely can give it a little whirl to get that aroma out of here, so I'll try to do that without spilling. Let's get a nose. Well, all the malts are below us. I expect we're actually getting a decent amount of those noble hops because there's a little bit of earthiness in there as far as the nose goes aromatically, but there's just this nice sweet golden maltiness to it. Kind of getting on a little bit of kind of almost slightly Baki vibes to it. Not as aggressive as that, but this like sweetened, rich, toasty crackeriness. Not necessarily getting all the way to breadiness, but it has this rich fullness to it. So definitely has a nice pop of maltiness. And it's 6% Dortmunder. Definitely has not the low ABV vibes going on with it being 6 or above. And then you get that slight little bit of earthiness from the hops there. Again, I over poured this, so I'm not probably getting the best nose on this, but for what I'm getting, it's pretty aggressive for its style in a very, very kind of traditional kind of way. Let's dive in. Cheers, y'all. Ooh, hops, baby. That is quite aggressive on the hop side of things. And I'm here for it. I dig it. I did not expect that. I mean, maybe I should have kind of expected a little bit more from it because of the way that earthiness kind of popped off, especially when I didn't have that much of a nose to kind of dig from. But man, it is very, very spicy, almost to the point of being peppery. I kind of dig this. Again, harken back to the BJCP nerds. I don't think they're going to be like, oh, I don't think this is much of a Dortmunder traditional sense, but I don't care. Man, that is tasty. Wow, I did not expect that. Again, that malt level is there. You're getting that nice kind of sweet, rich golden ale. I'm trying to pick a malt out of my brain. I can't think of one. I don't know why. Almost reminds me of a little bit of kind of Turo-y, something along those rounds. But there's this rich, sweet maltiness to it without getting heavy-handed again. I think more cracker than bread. And then, but very toasty cracker. We're not getting like Cheez-Its level here. Doesn't taste anything or smell anything like cheese either, so that's a horrible descriptor. But it has this nice kind of richness that's elevated by what you typically get from a lighter color kind of lager. But it really does throw the script or flip the script when it comes to the hop side of things. Again, big, bold, spicy. Noble hops through and through, not super piney. It's this touch of resonance on this really tannic herbalness with that little bit of pepperiness to it. Yeah, it's really coming through in this kind of very volumetric kind of way. I haven't tossed that one out there in a while. And makes for a surprise beer, to be perfectly honest with you. You know, you think of Dortmunder, you think of Von Trapp. I'm sure Burlington can throw those heaters when it comes to the hop side of things, but I did not expect it. So this, to me, speaks very much of a collab. You know, a lot of times these breweries do collabs. It's very much just, exchanging Excel sheets, if you will, without actually having their hands in a true collab. It's like, we'll brew something here. You want a little bit of input? We'll put your name on ours, and then we'll flip the script. And you do the same thing. This feels like someone's like, oh man, I got a great Dortmunder. Be like, man, I really wanted to like hop something up kind of kooky in a Dortmunder. And then you end up something like this that is very surprising, very fun, and epically effing tasty. Yeah, I'm all for it. Again, where this kind of like jumps to shark, maybe for some people, if they're looking, they see that Dortmunder style lager and that's what they're expecting. I don't think that's what you're getting here. I think you're getting an Americanized version of it. If you're okay with it, I think you'll be super okay with it because it's absolutely fantastic. Super clean, no negative to it as far as off flavors or anything like that. About what you expect mouthfeel wise. So it's not hyper crispy voice, Dennis, but it's clean, crisp, and drinkable like a lager. So it has that drinkability, that crispness, not that ultra crispiness that we'd expect for an Americanized version. And like I said, that malt being raised just a little bit elevated, but those hops battling back with that really spicy, really tannic, and slightly resinous kind of component. All day with this. All day. I was going to get on my soapbox like I typically do and bitch and moan about 6%. Oh, I wish this was more like 4.5%. Sure. I wish it was negative 4%. You know, that would be great. You're getting all of 6% here, if not more, with how aggressive this beer is for the style. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. There you go. I don't know what more you would like me to say. I love it. I dig it. Is this one of the better lagers I've had? Is like Mount Rushmore says probably on the outside looking in. Dortmunders, yeah, without a doubt. Darker lagers, not dark lager, but not light lager. Dark middle, your golden lager, absolutely. Value availability on this, like I said, 4-pack, probably at least sub 14. I want to say it was $12.99 actually. 4-pack, and leave you with, if you like what will you like this? If you like traditional lagers and you don't mind a little bit of American fugduckery, I won't say put the CK on it. I'll do a little fudduckery. Something, now I'm changing everything I say. You will dig this. There you go. Review in the books. Hopefully you enjoyed. Let's see. Massive Beers, if you want to check me out through the social media stuff, Beer Massive, podcasting stuff, Von Trapp, Burlington. Have you been to the breweries? I have. Have you had their beers? I've had. What's your favorite beer? Von Trapp, man. Killers. I always lean towards just like Smoke and Dagger is always something in my rotation, but I dig them all. Burlington, my favorite actually, I think it was a brandy barrel aged quad. But regardless, have you had this beer? Anything you want to talk about, let's talk about down there. Hopefully you enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of lager right now. Hope we'll see you next time. Cheers, y'all.